y'all, this is Marissa with Marissa Moments. Apple, just me setting an intention. Anyway, so what I received to share with you is a lot of us have been feeling, okay, so what I hear is hoarders of people. Hoarders, right? Hoarders. Yes, I just passed that spelling bee. Anyway, what I receive is that a lot of us out here are just not hoarders of people. And that's how we have perceived it for many, many years, right? Like we don't hang on to people. We barely hang on to things, right? Now, it's for various reasons. Fear of abandonment. I'm going to leave you before you can leave me type situation and scenario. Let me take these off. But what I receive is that many of us have been looking at these things in the wrong way. And no, I'm not reading, I'm reading, right? In fact, it's not about being a hoarder of people because that is a part of our programming. That is a part of our trauma. Now, if you're anything like me, you probably grew up with and or around hoarders, right? So that's a fear of yours. You want to do anything and everything that you can to avoid that becoming yourself. So what I receive is that we've gone in the opposite extreme. Now, I'm not talking about material goods. Now, it can be about material goods, but what I receive more is that this is about people, friends, relationships, all those types of things, right? We don't hang on to people. And when we feel it's the season to release, then we release, right? We cut cords, we barely even look back. But here's the thing. A lot of us has been feeling called back to those original connections and ties, and not in a toxic way. It's in a way that of just a simple reconnection is what I'm hearing. What I'm hearing is that this is an opportunity for us to not overthink those connections. If it's organic, healthy, and for our greater good, then that is spirit telling us that maybe we need to revisit that connection. However, we have to use our discernment, our healed discernment, to differentiate between whether it's our healthiness, our healing, telling us to reconnect, or our trauma, our toxic ties, right? Saying you're not going to do any better, so might as well go back there. There is obviously a difference. Now, the reason Spirit has me talking about these hoarded relationships is because what I'm receiving is that oftentimes when Spirit has us reconnect, it's not about hoarding. It's not about even necessarily fear. It's about that reconnection, and it's about shepherding, right? Because the thing that we continue to miss every time we dismiss all of these people, places, things in such a quick knee-jerk type of way because of our past traumas, our fears, or whatever it is that we have actually been ordained to be shepherds to a lot of these people, right? But because they don't align necessarily with where we are in that moment, we're quick to cut and release, right? It's almost like what I see is fishing, right? Oh, okay, we're getting biblical here. I'm going to make you a fisherman of men, right? That's what I receive in my spirit, is that a lot of these people who don't walk our path. Now, mind you, not everyone's going to walk your path, and that's completely fine. Everyone's path, journey, however you want to refer to it, is sovereign. That means it's individualized. It's personal to them, right? Just as it's personal to you. But the reason why Spirit puts you around people that don't even necessarily understand the things that you're saying as it comes to this journey, not to say that they're not trying to listen or comprehend it, they just don't understand it because we're all working from our wounds. The reason why Spirit is having you revisit is because you are to be that shepherd of that man. Now, that's not putting any false obligation on you. Now you have to go with what resonates. If this resonates with your spirit, then that means it's for you. If it doesn't, if you're like, nah, forget them, then this isn't for you. This isn't about you. But for the ones that this resonates with, this is me telling you, actually not even me being a channel for spirit, for God, Gaia, ancestors, angels, and saints to remind you that you are the shepherd up for that man. Now that doesn't mean you have to go out and preach and teach to them. That means you just have to live by example. Be the change you wish to see in the world. And then that ripple effect that is going to cast out you fishing onto other men, they are going to see how you have shifted. Aha. And that's why Spirit has had us have a break from a lot of these people, because had you been along that same walk with them the entire time, they wouldn't have even noticed the difference. It's like a child that grows, right? You're not noticing the centimeter of growth, right? Unless you're really in tune with it. Now, I do notice these things because that's just how I am. But if you don't, that's completely fine. And that's what I receive, how a lot of people, had they stayed within your life, within your realm of existence, they wouldn't have noticed the shift. They wouldn't have noticed any change. So there has to be that drastic cutoff point, and then that reunion is what I hear, in order for people to see that true reflection of your growth, your change, and your evolution. So that way you in turn will trigger them and shepherd them and allow them to see themselves in a new light, in which the people around them, because it's been the same environment, the same circle, have not been able to reflect upon them, has not been able to shine a light upon them to say, have I been evolving? Have I been doing the things I say I want to do? Have I been trusting my heart and my spirit? Have I been walking towards my divinity? That's where you come in. I'm spitting, so bottom line to this bottom line, because I could go on and on, is that when you, confirmation, that was shady, when you feel that organic call, that healed call to reconnect, to reunite with certain people, places, and things, it's not to pull you back into that toxicity and trauma, because you've already healed beyond that. So you do not have to hold on to the fear that you are going to revert. Now, if you find yourself reverting, then you know what you have to do. Set those boundaries, step away, do what you have to do. However, what I receive is that you are leading by example. Your healing, your growth, your evolution, and your ascension, all different ways to say the same thing, as proof positive to others that it is possible. So you going back into someone else's life is to awaken them to the potential and possibilities of how they can grow and evolve too. And that is how your healing will change not only you, but those around you. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Again, take it as it resonates. If it's time to reunite, it's time to reunite. And if it's time to let go, it's time to let go. Either way, you're making the right decision. And that's it. Tomato.